Cause I can't stop loving, since I got a taste of your love.
What's good, people? Welcome to the segment of Chopping with Dap. I got Michelle and Courtney, and today we're going to be talking about Ancestry. We're kind of preparing some food and what we're going to be eating today. I made a cheese platter. We got some mixed veggies here. We got broccoli, we got asparagus, we got tomatoes, we got fresh peppers. We got some fresh kale from out of the garden back there. So what we're going to be kind of going over today is about ancestry and how Michelle has met all of her new family. Michelle, tell me, was there any particular one thing that led you to go on Ancestry to get, information about?
Yeah. So I wanted to know my heritage, my background, my nationality. I just wanted to confirm it because growing up with just my mom, all I had was I was Italian and Irish. And the Italian was my father's side, which I never knew. And the Irish side was my mom, which obviously I know was Irish. So I did the DNA test just to get that information. And then what happened from there, it was all verified, right? So I'm Italian and Irish and a little Scandinavian, which I didn't know where that came from, but okay. And that was it. I didn't really see any other point to the database. Like I was like, okay, it has you build a family tree, but I had no information, so I was like, okay, can't use this. And then an email came in, like I checked it in January because my girlfriend hit me up and she was like, you gotta look at what they do with your DNA after you do the test. Right. Like they can keep it and hold it and do something. Okay. So it prompted me to log back on.
After how many months? It was
after like 6 months.
So what prompted you, Courtney, to do
mine?
Yeah.
So I actually wanted the same thing, just wanted to see my background. Okay. So my husband and I both did it at the same time.
Ah, gotcha.
And they came back, and obviously I'm Italian and Irish too.
Right.
So then, I go on, I actually built my family tree.
Okay.
And I have probably, quite a few hundred people on there.
So was it for a reunion? Was it for any
it was
type
just
of
for my own?
Your own, okay.
I just wanted the knowledge of my background and, and it's interesting because if you start to do it, people upload photos and documents, and I was able to find my grandfather, when he came from Italy, they had the registry from their ship.
Okay.
Was on there. I found his citizenship card. Someone posted a picture of that. I have no idea how that stuff gets there, but so I started building my tree from that, and then I decided to do my Italian citizenship, dual citizenship.
Gotcha.
So I needed a lot of information for that.
In order to get them to actually validate it, I guess.
Right. Okay. So I was always on there because I was always going on to check if new people, because it sends you an email if someone new pops up.
Right.
So I was going on checking, and then I go on one day and it says I have a first cousin, and I'm like, I don't know this person.
Right.
Who is she? How is she related to me? I didn't know if it was from my mom's side, my dad's side. So I had to kind of narrow it down. And I figured out it was from my mom's side because you can put it gives you the common links.
Right. So
I knew some of the people that were connected to my mom, so that's how I figured out that she was from my mom's side.
Right.
So I emailed her, and then of course, then all the the curiosity sets in. So then we try to now I'm trying to find her on Facebook, and I'm trying to find her on all the other social media outlets. Stalking. Yeah. I'm like, who is she? So I found someone, and it wasn't her.
Yeah.
That I thought was the right person.
But how long does it take for the DNA to come back after you first input?
It takes forever. No, it takes 4 weeks.
Yeah,
but it seems like that waiting I'm like, I want to know, I want to know. But yeah, it took about 4 weeks. They tell you, I think, 6 to 8, but it came back in about 4.
Now, are there any type of waivers or anything like that you have to sign?
Yeah, I think you had to like click something.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
why I went back on in January, because my girlfriend Allison says, you need to go on and see what they're doing with your DNA, because, you know, you click a waiver.
Right.
So when I said, all right, let me go back on and see if they're cloning me, you know, using my DNA to clone me or something.
Right.
So I go back on and I see I have a message, and I'm like,
I think I sent it in like September.
yeah,
or
who would
October.
be messaging me? So
Right,
I look at it and it says Courtney Lopez, and I'm like, okay, this is all right. This is interesting. So it's an email that says it looks like we're related. I'm wondering how. And so then I'm like, for what? Like, I had no idea that Ancestry linked you up via DNA. I only went on it to get my nationality. I had no idea. So I'm like, this can't be right. This is crazy. So I start clicking around, and I see a Michelle Scarpone, and I see a Renee Scarpone. Now their names are spelled differently.
Right.
One's with an E, one's without an E. But I noticed that because throughout my life I've done searches.
Right.
And I found a Michael, which is my father, Michael Scarpone. But I found it with an E, without an E, with an I. So I didn't know who it was or what the correct spelling was. So now I get this email and I see all these links, and it says, you know, they give you matches and they say how probable it is. So it's like extremely probable that this is your close family member. So with Courtney it says first cousin. With her mom, Armini, it says very close relative. With Michelle, I have a sister named Michelle.
Yeah.
Michelle. Yeah, she's named Michelle too.
Right.
It says very close relative.
Got you. So
we actually, after I did mine, we still didn't know. She didn't answer, right? So we were like, well, maybe we didn't know if she wanted to just not. We didn't know. We were
well, I guess that's one of the caveats to going on there, because some people may not want to. Some people may want to forget. Some people may want to kind of stay away, or you know.
Right, and we had no idea. I didn't know she hadn't been. Actually, I did know, because it tells you the last time they logged in. So you hadn't logged in since I messaged you.
So it kind of gives you a happy, sad feeling almost. More or less like, hey, I'm reaching out to someone and they're not responding, or
it could be a letdown.
It could be a letdown, exactly.
Yeah.
So that is very, very interesting.
It is. Okay. Are you paying attention to your show?
My bad.
She's chilling now. Now she's
Hendrix was trying to come down and he was hanging off the side. He's like, hey, don't no one see me here? Come on. Obviously, you responded.
Yes.
Because we have Courtney here.
Yes.
So how was that first meeting? How was that first conversation, I should say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was actually at work.
Me too.
Yeah, we were at work, and you know, we went back and forth a couple. I was like, how is this possible? I didn't realize this is for real. You know, like I didn't realize they hook you up via DNA.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, I had your sister do the DNA test. Michelle's your sister. I had my mom, Aunt Beanie, do the test just to verify that you know, it was real. And so they were like, well, how are, you know, she was like, how are we related? So I think they pretty much had it figured out.
But they knew.
But I was concerned because I didn't know they knew. And about me. And so I was like, if we are related, it might be a bit messy. Because, you know, it's my dad and I didn't know what they knew.
Right.
So she was like, you're Michael's daughter, right? And I was just like, oh my God. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And she was just so inviting and so open that the conversation just went back and forth, and before I knew it, I'm in tears at work.
We both were.
I had to go away for a business trip that weekend, or that couple of days, and the whole time
we were texting.
I'm in conferences, I'm not paying attention, I'm texting back and forth, you know.
So your focus is completely different because of, after all of those years, you finally meet the family that you never knew you had.
Never knew. Well, I had an inkling that, I had a sister named Michelle and a brother named Michael.
Okay.
That's all I knew.
Right.
Right? So,
and is that from research? Or
no, that was just from my mom and what
Okay.
she had told me.
Gotcha.
So they were older than me, so she knew about them.
Right.
So that was all I kind of had. And the cats are going bananas. Cats are falling from the ceiling.
That was Hendrix, everybody. He's
AKA Jimmy.
That's it, Jimi
But
Hendrix.
it's a girl.
Crazy.
So.
She's crazy.
Oh boy. So yeah, it was amazing that, and Courtney, like I said, was so welcoming, and she
Right.
made me feel so comfortable that I was just so excited to meet everybody else.
So, seeing that you was the first person to make the connection, did you just reach out to everyone else, or how was that? How was that received?
Before she even responded, actually, her sister Michelle came to visit me, and I was like, do I tell her? Do I not? I was very, I didn't know, because I didn't know, and you hadn't reached out yet, and I didn't
Right.
know where she fell in. I didn't know,
How old
she was. I knew nothing about
Right.
her. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna tell her. I have to tell her. So I told her, and she was like, what? And then we're going through the Ancestry, and we're looking, and
Trying to
she
break
was
down
like,
the tree that you made.
and she was like, she was like, this is crazy, and she's like, I'm so excited. She was so happy to have a sister.
That's amazing.
She was like, and she was, just the way that
It was well received.
it was very well received, and she was like, she was kind of upset that she didn't know you,
Yeah.
that she didn't get to grow up with you.
And it's
Yeah.
amazing because
And
that
I guess-
could very well actually go a completely different way.
Oh my God. Can you imagine all the scenarios that I've had over the years of this?
Right.
And as I got older, when I was younger, the scenarios change because, you grow up, you
Right.
get wiser, you get older.
Right.
And so it could have been a disaster.
Right.
It could have been horrible.
Yeah.
And it's been so amazingly
Wonderful.
beautiful
Right.
and
Yes.
outstanding. I can't even, I couldn't have never imagined it to be
And the
this
fact
way.
we are here today is a testament
Yeah.
to what has actually happened as
Yeah.
far as meeting your family. It's amazing for one to not know, because there's so many different reasons why you want to connect with your family, whether it's health, whether it's just knowing who your family is. It's just knowing that I have someone out there that is just like me, or is a part of me, whether it be DNA, whether it's the relationships or what have you. So that's amazing to me.
It is. It is. When you said just like me, that's bizarre in itself.
Yeah.
These women are strong, independent, amazing people.
Right.
And so, I felt like I was on this island all by myself. Get down, Sammy. And all of a sudden, I'm on this island with these women that are just like me.
Right.
And it's so crazy. Construction workers, truck drivers.
Right. Just all walks of life. Everyone's different, but everyone is pretty much
Yeah,
the same.
the same.
The same, exactly.
Yeah.
And
so,
to have that, okay, bringing everyone together.
yeah.
So I think it was only a couple days
It
after
was.
she responded to
Right.
my email, and she said, when can we meet? I was like, I'll meet you right now. I don't
She
care.
did.
So then we planned it for Saturday morning at Christina, who's her sister.
Okay.
Enter Christina.
Come on. Yeah. So, I was like, okay, well, where can we meet?
Yeah. And I said, let me talk to your sisters.
And here we have Christina. So Christina, tell me, finding out that you have
the coolest thing ever. You're having your day, you're just going about whatever you're doing, and then all of a sudden this news comes out, and you're like, oh, when can we meet her? Does she look like us?
Wow.
Does she want to meet us? And then the answer was yes. Yes, she looks just like us, and yes, she wants to meet us. And it was like, when when can you come over? When can we get together?
Right.
Bring your questions. I'm sure you have a million. So do we. So it was pretty exciting.
Because it's almost like having a instant family all over again.
Yeah.
Because at this point you have nieces,
Yeah.
you have nephews,
Yes.
you have cousins,
Yes.
you have
Yes.
like a whole nother blended family that you can bring into the fold
Yes.
for events, you know, get-togethers, or it's just like we've added another seat, or
Yeah.
several seats to the table.
Yes.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the first things that came up, well, we ended up meeting that, like Courtney said, like 2 days later.
Mhm.
She was like, I called your sisters, and, you know, Michelle's a hustler, she's running around, you know, she's got her own businesses, she's an entrepreneur, you know, she's power washing,
Right.
you know, like, remember what I said?
Yeah,
So she's out doing her thing, but Christina said we could all meet at her house.
Right.
So I was like, all right, great, I'll be there.
Mhm.
As they were like, you're bringing the kids? I was like, nah. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna come
Yeah,
to
yeah,
myself,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
because you
understandable.
know I'm that person.
Right, right.
You didn't know
I'll
what you
walk
were
into
walking
any.
into, but not with your kids.
Yeah.
You know, at
Yeah.
first, yeah.
So we get together, and I just show up, and we start talking, and Irini's there, and Courtney's mom, and
Right.
which is Michael's sister,
Okay.
Yeah.
my father's sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we're chatting, and then one of the first things that came up was my daughter is having the first great niece. So my daughter
Wow.
is having a baby,
Mhm.
and so
You bringing on another generation.
Yes.
Yeah, so she's the first
Yes.
generation of bringing on another
Yeah.
generation.
So when you say, you know, bringing in more family and
Right.
layers, and it's like, oh wow, yeah. So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's very, very, very
Mm-hmm.
amazing. That's incredible. All right, Christina, since you're in the kitchen,
You get the fancy Italian.
Ooh, thank you so much. Thank you.
so I have a few questions for you as well.
Okay.
So, how did you find out? As far as you having a
Thank
sister?
you. My sister, my older sister, I guess first older sister, Michelle,
Mm-hmm.
she found out from Courtney,
Okay.
and she told me. She's like, oh my God, Chris, we have a sister. I'm like, what? Oh my, what's going on? How do we know? And so from Courtney doing the Ancestry, was it Ancestry? Ancestry. You know, it came that she's got a first cousin,
Right.
which means that's a sibling for us, because we're first cousins with Courtney.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, well, when can we meet her? Does she know about us?
Right.
You know, so that's the first thing. It's like, okay, does everybody kind of know about everybody else, or
So did you talk to, so you have a brother as well?
So this the way the siblings go. So
Okay,
the
okay.
oldest sibling is Sierra,
Uh-huh.
and she's amazing. She lives in Texas now with her family.
Right.
She's a firefighter. She's actually just started going back to school.
Yeah.
She's awesome, strong, independent,
Right, right.
caring. So down from her is Michael,
Okay.
and he lives out in California.
Okay.
He's in construction, also an entrepreneur.
The only
and
boy.
The only boy, yep.
Hmm.
So then next down is Shelley.
I'm
Yeah.
right in the middle.
Yep. So then down from Shelley is Michelle.
Right, right.
Michelle lives in New Jersey, not far from me,
Okay.
with her family. She's also an entrepreneur, works for herself. And then there's me. I'm
The baby.
I'm the baby.
The baby.
The baby.
The baby.
Yeah.
And so I live in New Jersey with my family, and I work from home now. We just moved up here from Florida.
So,
Perfect timing.
I know the timing.
The timing was amazing because they were all in Florida.
Yes.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except Courtney,
Yeah,
but
I've been here though.
the
Yeah.
sisters were both
Yeah.
in Florida.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Michelle came
yeah.
first. She came up here years ago. Yep. Yep.
So all of you guys getting together, like right now, so how often have you guys gotten together since the initial meeting and
Quite a few times.
quite a few times?
Well,
Everyone a little different. You
Yeah.
know,
Yes.
Michelle came to your house. You came over and we all went bowling.
Yep.
And then we all came to your house for the baby shower.
baby shower.
That was a virtual baby shower.
Okay,
I had
okay.
never been to a virtual baby shower before. That was awesome.
That's creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Well, you
creative.
have to
I
be
like that.
creative when your daughter
Yeah.
lives in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Right?
So now we all have to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's our next
Yeah.
trip.
But you know what was really cool too? Right around the time where we met, Michael, our brother,
Yes.
was here.
From California.
He just
California.
came to visit.
Yes.
It was just like
Yeah.
a
So it was
random.
just so it was in the stars for everyone to
Yes.
kind of
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because the funny thing is, I haven't seen Michael since I was 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
just so
Yeah.
happened to be
Yes.
in.
He
Came
worked
into
it
town.
in that
Yeah.
he came around the same time
Mhm.
that
It was just
I
like
was
a
meeting everyone.
Coincidence, it
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
fell into place.
So Sierra is the only one that I haven't met yet.
Okay.
And
Sierra's where?
she's
Texas.
in Texas.
Yeah.
She's in Texas.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to take a trip there this year because I kind of want to keep it all in the year.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell you about something that, me and my family does. And because of how big our family is, my mother had 5 brothers, 5 sisters, and everyone has kids.
Mm-hmm.
At least 2 to 3, some 4, some 5. And what we've done, because we all don't live in the same place, we call this thing a first cousin's cruise.
Okay.
So the first cousin cruise, what we do is get we kind of leave the aunts and everybody out of it because we don't know our kids. Like how we all grew up together, they don't know our kids.
Okay.
So we have this first cousins cruise. Everyone gets together and we cruise. So everyone comes
Like
in.
on a
So-
boat, on a big
on
ship.
a boat. So you're there for like 4 days, 3 days, or 5 days, or however you choose
Okay.
to set the
Okay.
set the cruise.
Yeah.
And we all get together. We all eat dinner
Sounds like a good
together. We
idea.
all go to the beaches together. We do everything. So it brings everyone together.
Nice.
So I mean, I can give you the structure of how we've
Okay.
done it. I
Yeah.
can give you the point of contact and
Yeah.
who we deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the more the merrier because you get so many benefits based on the amount of people that
Yeah.
come.
I
So
like
it's
that.
really,
Thank
really
you.
an enjoyment. It's a
I've
really
never
big
been
thing.
on a cruise.
I've never been on a
and
cruise.
I wanted to go on
Me
one.
too.
So
Yes.
You would
here's
absolutely love
here's
it.
our reason.
Here
Yeah.
it is.
And they have plenty of cruises going out of New York and
Okay.
Florida
Yeah.
or wherever, so you can find a common place to kind of do everything.
Nice.
So
What we got
now,
going on here?
okay, so now we're gonna get down to a little bit of cooking.
Yes.
So we have
I'm starving.
some gluten-free penny pasta. We have some ziti that we're making
Okay.
with turkey ground. 'Cause I want to make sure
Gluten free.
Yeah.
Okay.
the ziti is gluten-free as well.
Thank you.
We also
We
have
have so
some.
many so many different diets over here.
Yeah, someone here is vegan, so we do have some
Oh,
vegan,
me.
Yeah.
some vegan gourmet cheese
Hey.
that we're using. So
I'd like to try that.
Would you like to try
I'm on
this?
the verge of the veganism.
Vegan.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Anything vegan is very should be, hopefully.
it should be.
so we do have some of this that we
Nice.
could try.
Okay.
All right, let's see. I've never had that kind before.
Let's see what the smell test. Oh, it smells good.
Does it?
Yeah.
Smell like cheese.
Good thing I drop it on the floor.
Thank goodness.
gosh.
We didn't drop your gluten crackers on the floor.
We didn't.
Oh wow. Look at this. Taste testing. New things.
Yes,
New things.
yes, yes.
Yeah, you could cut mine a little smaller. Maybe. Yeah, just in half.
Break it. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
do you want to try?
Yeah.
Yes.
You got your piece there.
There you go.
I got a big piece. This is not gluten free food taste.
The
Yeah.
textures.
Yeah.
Tastes like what? Cardboard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There's no point. That's why we just eat vegetables. Really.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But that might be good melted.
melted. It's mozzarella.
I'm
It's a
wondering how
vegan
it would
mozzarella.
I don't Yes, so I actually have rosemary back here, 2 rosemary.
Fresh rosemary bush.
And then this is cilantro here in the front. Basil, parsley, oregano, garlic chives. This is lemon balm, lemon thyme, and sage.
So, what can we?
We're twins.
Here I'm adding some fresh cilantro.
So it's in
Out of Courtney's garden, which is great. It smells so fresh.
She's a smart ass.
So guys, we're getting ready to mix up the food we prepared. So I have a baked ziti that I am actually mixing together. Courtney has her own special salad dressing that she prepares. Doing that, what's the next holiday that you guys will get together?
What is the next holiday?
Your birthday.
My birthday.
Ah.
4th of July.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 4th of
4th of
July.
July.
He's
Yes.
a July
6th
baby
of July.
Woo!
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Nice.
absolutely. No,
I
that's
knew there
great.
was something special.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Your
Oh,
vibe.
Baby. You feel that
that's
July
it.
baby
I love it.
vibe.
I love it.
So I think right now we've really been winging it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We have these full lives, and we're just
Right.
like, okay,
Right.
come.
Yes. Yeah. Can you come? Can we come?
Right, right.
You know what's nice is with social media and text messaging
Right.
and FaceTiming, and you know, so we have all that available, which is a lot better than it was back in the day.
Yeah,
you know?
really.
And
We could have never done this back in the day. Like,
Oh
how
my
would we
gosh.
have?
Yeah, to be able
Yeah.
to, you
Yeah.
could have went your whole life without ever meeting
Yeah,
each
right,
other. So,
yeah.
I mean,
And have no
Yeah.
idea.
I have no,
Yeah.
absolute no
And so
idea.
so the ancestry in itself
Mhm.
is the internet.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
it's that whole age, and
Yes.
that's how we connected.
Yeah.
Is how we're able to stay connected.
Right, right.
Even though we live in different places, you know.
mhm.
I mean, Courtney's 2 hours away from me.
Yeah. I'm an hour
You're an hour
on a good day
away.
of traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we
Yeah.
have other siblings that are in other states.
Yeah.
Right, right.
And
Yeah.
we're all still, you know, staying in touch some kind of way.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just kind of, I don't know what Thanksgiving and all
I
that's
don't
gonna
know,
look
but
like.
it's fun
I
to
just keep
figure it
saying my
out.
It
house
is gonna
is
be
not
fun
big
because
enough.
we were
Yeah.
at your house for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
This past Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Okay,
So-
so I know with my siblings, we have similarities.
Yeah.
And we have
Yeah.
these things
Yeah.
like, you know, as far as my parents and,
Yeah.
you know, certain things that I may do the same as what they do.
Yeah.
Did you find or see any similarities after meeting?
Well, when we first met in
Mhm.
person, I mean, obviously we all look alike. So,
Right,
so
right.
me and Michelle, we all look very similar. Big gigantic forehead, you know.
Really?
Yes. And we all have the same
Big
dark
eyes.
eyes. Oh, no,
Right.
Michelle's got the green eyes, you know,
Yeah,
with
she
the
does.
same shape
Mhm.
and the lip. I mean, it's just like so the
smile.
look wise, you know, very similar. You know.
Personalities, though.
Personalities. Well, I mean, we're all independent, strong,
Right.
kind, caring,
Yeah. Open.
open. you
Yeah.
know. And you know what? Honestly, I'm grateful that this is all happening now, as opposed to like our parents or grandparents' generation, where things seem to be more secretive
Hidden, yeah.
or hidden or mysterious. Where now we go throw it all out there.
Right.
Where, I mean, we're all the age the way that we are, but if it came that you were younger or in between me, I wouldn't care. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, you're a sister. Like,
Right.
you have to come and be a part of the family.
Yeah.
Like, we have to be together. So I think the age of today allows us to be more accepting of
Yes, I agree.
however we come together.
Right, right.
We're just grateful that we're together.
And
You know?
our ages in general.
Yeah.
Like we're
Yeah.
all. So that's the other thing that's pretty interesting.
Mhm.
We're all about 2 years apart.
Yeah.
When
Right.
you go
Yes.
through all of us, from
Yes.
Sierra to Michael to me to
Yeah.
Michelle
Wow.
to
How ironic is
Christina,
that?
Yeah.
we're all a few years, a
Yeah.
couple years apart from each other.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're all in the same age range,
Mhm.
and then Courtney's right there with us
Yeah.
too.
We're the
She's-
same.
Yeah.
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 So it's just like we're all in the same.
And Ray
era.
too. You.
Yeah.
And Ray.
My
Yeah.
brother Ray.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
Ray and I
amazing.
are the same
Same
age.
Yes.
We were
Yes.
born the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and then like on top of that too is with all of our kids, how
Yeah.
they're all going to be together, and what's
Right.
great is how like so far how they all get along. They all have so many similar
Mhm.
interests. They're all talented in their own way.
And they're
I mean,
all
it's we're all
open.
proud moms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think the openness allows for the bond.
Yeah.
Because if you're kind of closed off
Yeah.
and kind of, it doesn't build the proper connection or
Yeah.
rapport or anything
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
foundation. So
Where do you build if you
Yeah.
can't
Right.
connect?
exactly, if you
Yeah.
can't connect, if
Yeah.
I'm hiding something, if I'm, you know, disguising something, you can't really know where a person is coming from.
Agreed.
And I
So
think
that
we were
makes
all very open from
Yeah.
the start.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Well, like when you first come over, you know, the first time we met, it was like knowing you have questions and wanting to answer them, like whatever the questions may be,
Right.
Yeah.
that you're gonna get an honest answer from as much as we know.
Yeah.
You know, there's stuff we don't know because, you know, relatives older than us have passed and
And I also
information we don't
met
have.
I also met her mom.
Mhm.
Okay,
And
Yeah.
her mom was just so inviting
right.
and so welcoming
Right.
to me. You know, and she was just like, what do you want to know? And she was so
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
And she was,
Yeah.
you know, all of
Yeah.
that plays such a big role in just
Yeah.
us
'Cause-
being open and like welcoming and free and
When I walked to the house, it was a sense of warmness. So if you go into a house and everything is cold, then there's
You're a little
no,
bit standoffish.
yeah, you're a little bit
Yeah.
standoffish.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I was able to come in here and it was just welcoming. So
Yeah.
it allowed you to be able to be yourself.
Yeah.
it's all
So,
hugs
yeah,
up in here,
exactly.
right?
It's all hugs.
We hug, right? We hug.
Exactly.
We
All
hug.
hugs.
And,
All
and we're all
hugs.
goofy to some level.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
we are.
we're not afraid to say it.
Yeah.
Exactly. See,
Oh,
that's
definitely
silly and
No, I
goofy
completely
of some
agree. No,
sort,
that's
you know?
That is beautiful.
One of the things that was interesting was I was sitting at the table when we first met. And I'm sitting at the table and Christina's mom, Michelle, another Michelle.
Yeah.
So everybody's
Okay.
named Michelle or
Michael.
Yes.
You know?
Except for us.
Except
Yeah.
for the two of
Yes.
us.
And even Courtney's husband's name is Michael,
Yeah.
Right,
and her
and another-
son's name is Michael.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyway,
Togetherness.
yes. Just name everybody Michelle and Michael.
Exactly.
And then you
Yeah.
have a problem.
Yeah.
Remember when we went out at the racetrack?
Yes.
They're like, what name? We were like, Michelle or Michael.
Yes.
Someone
Yeah,
will
Michelle,
answer.
like,
Yes.
somebody will answer,
Yeah.
exactly.
So,
Like George Foreman's kids.
Exactly.
So Christina's mom, Michelle, she's like, let me see your ring. And I figured it was this one because the dime, everybody's always like, oh, that's
Yeah.
so cool. But she was like, no, the other one. And I was like, oh, see? And she's like, that's so crazy. And I was like, what's that? She's like, your dad always wore a spoon ring.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so she went and got hers, and she was like, this your dad's ring. And I was like, wow, that's really
But the
cool.
thing is,
Because that
see
is
what-
such an uncommon
Yes.
thing
Right,
to see.
exactly.
Yes.
So when you look at it from an overall picture, it's like, okay, I didn't know him, but we have these similarities.
Yeah.
And we have these things that we kind of do the same or have the same. How does that come about? The
Yeah.
only thing
Yeah.
it can be is, of course, the DNA, because
Yeah.
it's part of that whole scenario. So
Yeah.
no, I agree to that.
Part of
That
who
is-
we are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it
a
is.
part of
Yeah.
who you are. That's amazing.
Yeah, and it feels great.
It does. I agree.
All right, guys, we're gonna dump these things in the oven,
Yes, ready to eat.
and we're ready to eat. So we're gonna just gonna put these things in. We're gonna step away. We'll be right back.
All right, family, before we sit down and eat this amazing meal that's been cooked, thank you to the chef. I wanted to say a toast. You know, when I first met Shelly, hashtag Michelle, hashtag little sis, you know, I couldn't believe the courage it took for her to come into a household of people who she never met and to walk in to God knows what. And the first question I had for her, and the only question I had was, what question do you have? What, throughout your whole life, what is the one thing that you were dying to ask? And she asked, did you know about me? And the answer, of course, was no. But I know about you now. And I'm thrilled to know you. Now, your father had a saying he would always say, and the saying was to be happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And it appears that's one thing we're all blessed with,
Yes.
you know? So I'm going to toast everybody in the room, and especially to you, with one word, and that word is family.
Cheers. Cheers to family.
To family. Family.
I guess what I'll be saying is there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of vanities and just go with the seasons. It's what we aim to do, and our name is our virtue. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. This cannot wait, and I'm yours. Open up your mind and see like me, and open up your plans and damn you're free. I look into your heart and you'll find the sky is yours. So please don't, please don't, please don't. There's no need to complicate, cause our time is short. This is our fate, and I'm yours. Da 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 da. You best believe I'm yours. You best believe, you best believe, you best believe I'm yours, and I'm yours.
Thank you, Bella. Thank you.
That
beautiful.
was a treat.
You almost cursed.
For the show.
You almost cursed.
We've been trying not to curse the whole show.
What a fine compliment to the closeout
Yeah.
of this gathering. This was great.
Thank
I am just absolutely speechless. No, this was good.
Hey, welcome to the family, brother.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank you.
Thank
Chopping
you.
with that.
Chopping with that.
Chopping with that.